Okay, so one of the perennial battles I seem to struggle with clients is that they feel that SAM is nothing more than installing a SAM tool. To make SAM go away, we've just had an audit, let's install a SAM tool so we know where we are with or vendor X who's just popped in and made our lives a complete misery.
Yep.
And fine, many organizations do that, and then they get an ELP, and it comes with a red or black figure at the bottom of the report to saying either they've over-installed or they've over-purchased. But then they don't know how to reverse engineer that red or black figure back to the IT estate. And the way you do that is through processes. So making sure you have robust processes that align to SAM goals, to IT goals, and then to business goals means that not only is your SAM solution sticky, which is great for the software vendors, take note, software vendors, or SAM suite vendors, I should say, but it also means that you can start to have conversations higher up the business food chain as to the value and importance of SAM to the business. So it's because what you start to do is you deconstruct an IT issue potentially down to a money issue, and money always talks.
Does it? Never.
Strangely enough, yeah.
Never. Okay, so when you're doing a SAM maturity assessment, right? They take ages. Okay, typically when you go into an organization, one of the first things, if they're implementing SAM or ITAM or HAM or whatever, it's where are we?
Yeah.
Where are we now? Where are we against our competitors? Where are we against best practice? Now, a lot of the time, previously you could create your own maturity assessment, right? You'd have to build it yourself, build out the percentage on the scoring, build out the outputs, build out how you're going to grade them, etc. And, maturity assessments are time consuming, right? How long would you say it would take like a normal SAM consultant or ITAM consultant just to do that initial maturity assessment and follow-up report without any wink on-demand support?
So if I used to look at it in the good old days before anybody thought to applying the internet to the problem, depending on the size of organization, it could easily take you 2 to 3 weeks to schedule interviews with people. So and it's not because you're going to be spending 2 to 3 weeks talking. It's just that people's diaries are so manic that actually getting in to see them, is like splitting the atom almost. You've got to work with people's diaries, and it's a headache at the best of times. And of course, you're very important to your organization, but to them, you're potentially a fly swat. They don't care about you. Oh, he wants to ask me some questions about software. Well, bugger off, I've got better things to do, So getting all that sorted, and then again, back in the bad old days, it was a youthful 21-year-old with a laptop and a bank of questions running around getting responses to these questions, and possibly not even knowing the context under which the questions are being asked as well. So it's a real problem. You could ask a given question, do you route your projects and programs via a standard request process? Somebody who may not know why that might be applicable to SAM, if they're that 21-year-old and somebody says, well, why is that important to SAM? And they go, I don't know. Can I get back to you? It's embarrassing. It's not good. It doesn't present that consultancy in a positive image. So that's why when I set up SAM Charter and I got a little bit of cash behind me, I decided that I would create something that was online and standardized and white labeled and multi-language, because we don't just practice SAM in English. There is a whole world out there that practices SAM in other languages. So being able to put your own badge on that, being able to have the score automated for you as well. That doesn't, that there's no input on there. You don't worry about that. That's all sort of built into the maturity assessment that we actually have. So is the report presentation as well. So you don't spend 2 to 3 weeks gathering up all the answers and then another 2 to 3 weeks crafting another report and billing the client for £50,000 worth of work. We could quite easily, but we don't.